tooling initiative that you run online platform. Going back to the construct of what I said initially, when you have appetite for innovation, you should be willing to understand that cybercrime will be groomed as well. So based on that, give us an assessment of what you think needs to be done to protect our vulnerable groups in Liberia, especially when you have this online platform. If you care, can you just tell us any kind of mechanism you put in place from a MWETANA standpoint that would be used to actually safeguard those, especially our women, young children, boys and girls that are mostly online accessing your platform?
All right, thank you for having me. It was actually in 2005 when I decided to come back to Liberia. So I've been here for almost 20 years, so it's been a long time. And strangely, then, the concept of the internet was just people having access to their websites to get to the internet. So everywhere I would go, they would say, oh, our internet man here. And I was like, I'm not here to solve your internet problems. I'm here to create solutions. But be that as it may, like Mark said, we've come a long way. I will say that. We've come a long way. We are here today talking about cybersecurity threats. So that means technology is here to stay. And our glass is half full, it's not half empty. One of the things that I like to tell people is that in as much as we're behind, technology allows us to leapfrog. So we don't have to make all of the mistakes that other folks made, or we don't have to do everything that they did. A lot of things today allow you can buy a device that has security already built into it that allows you to do what you need to do. So imagine trying to have 15,000 students register in 2 weeks in a manual process, especially when you also have bad actors in the system trying to extort money from the students. What really broke my heart was that students would come at 3 a.m. in the morning just to get a space in the line to register. And for me, it just didn't make sense. And so we fought, we made it happen, and today students can register anywhere in Liberia from anywhere where they don't really have to go on the campus. Because one of the things that was brought to my attention was that it was also a national security threat. When you have all of these students always rioting, then government can focus on what it needs to do. Today, at least we can say that students are not rioting because of registration. They will be rioting for something else. Now, again, given where we are, I think it was during the Ebola, where we had a situation where the government couldn't get data from the remote areas. And one of the recommendations that we made was, if anything, let the US government leave us with an infrastructure that we can build upon. But for some very strange reason, they were more focused on trying to do stuff like VSATs and stuff, which we knew were not going to be sustainable. But that's our friends on the other side, so they have their own agendas when they come, and it didn't last long. But I think we're moving to a place where we can use the existing infrastructure that we have. We have the MNOs, we can work with them, and we can do decentralized computing. We'll also talk about one of the decentralized hubs. So we could divide the country into maybe 5 regions, and then each region can serve a certain number of persons. As a software developer, one of the things we realize is a lot of our people still use what she referred to as the button phone. So some of the things we're doing now, some of our solutions, we're looking at USSD as an option to smartphones and everything else. It makes it a little difficult for us in terms of the solutions, but like I tell my team, we're here to provide solutions. So nothing is difficult, and there's nothing in Liberia, or no problem in Liberia that we will have that somebody else hasn't experienced. So our attitude is the solution is out there. Just make the time to go out there. You Google, you have a problem, and I tell them if you ask the right question, you will get the answer. And luckily for the younger folks and the youth today, they have, like you said, they have access to information that we never had. I mean, the fact that you can tell an AI bot, write something for me and it writes it for you, it's a good thing. But it's also a bad thing because if you have a society where we're not teaching people proper English and grammar, then we're going to have all these AI-generated texts that if you even told them to read it, they can't read. So we need to be careful as we get into the AI sphere. It has to be controlled. It must be something that we deal with cautiously. It has a lot of potential, but perhaps in schools and stuff, we need to be careful because if not, down the road, it will create, technology solves problems, but then it also creates problems. But it opens up new avenues because we can't wait for the law to pass because it may take a while. But something as easy as having people report, whether it's an SMS, it could be anonymous. SMS when you know something like this going on. I think it serves as a deterrent, and then it may help us, until the law can be implemented. Technology is such a fast-moving thing that by the time we come up with the law, we will already be behind technology. So let's do it quickly. Let's start doing it, and then we will adjust. We know that it's not a document that's that's in stone, that will stay that way. So let's just keep in the back of our mind that it will have to be revised, say perhaps every 2-3 years, or we write it in a way that we can have regulations that would make it easier for, say, the Ministry of Justice or other places to collaborate. And it has to be a collaborative effort. It cannot be just the Ministry of Justice thing. It has to be all of the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Education, because there could be bullying in school, and if there's school policy for that in terms of reporting, then it goes up to the chain where the folks at Gender will get it, the folks at the Ministry of Justice will also get it, and then we can start looking at perhaps where is it happening. Data and information is a very important thing because it helps you make decisions. So if you're not tracking it, then you really can't make the decision, and you can't make the decision real time. So that's why I would say we need to collaborate, and we need to start now. We can't wait for the document to come. We can put some things in place that we can start now.